Howdy ho, neighbor. Figured I'd set my live up a little bit different this time, give my a little bit different of a view rather than sit the camera like right on my lap. I was gonna go live at 9, but I'm gonna cook my supper here shortly, within the next hour or two, because I'm freaking starving. I need real food, and so I'm gonna cook my supper here in a little bit. So I figured I'd go live now instead of waiting another hour and a half. I think it's about 7:30, something like that. Sitting around a nice little fire. Lucky enough to find some pretty good wood for the night, so I'll be nice and toasty. Cut down about 3 or 4 trees. I can't believe well, I guess it is dirt. Okay, I was gonna say the fire hadn't melted everything around the snow around the fire, but it actually has started melting it all. Surprised it took this long to melt it though. It's like, man, that's like a big piece right here. There. There you are, the fire. Nice little fire. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Camping with Keith, live edition. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? I was gonna go live around 9, but I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna go live now and then cook up my scupper. Glad to see you stop by. Shit, I try to catch you on a couple of your lives, but usually I just miss them or I'm busy doing something. But yeah, I've tried to stop in a couple times, watch your lives. It's the first decent day I've had to be able to even go out camping. Oh yes, that's what I'd be doing if I was home watching movies or playing video games. I was going stir crazy being stuck at home. It's pretty nice back here. There ain't no footsteps. You couldn't see any footprints anywhere. I'm the only person that's been back here. I walked over that old homeless encampment. Man, that place is just destroyed now with all the snow that came. It just covered all the. It actually looks nice now because you can't see all the trash. But I seen a bunch of wood, and I'm gonna go camping probably Monday or Tuesday. And I'm gonna go to a different spot that I've never been to and take advantage of all that wood that's over there. It's like tons and tons of wood. Yeah, I got enough room in my backyard. I could have a little fire, but there's just not really anything else going on. I was gonna get a little portable fire pit for behind my apartment, but I was worried about somebody actually just stealing it. Fucking thieves will take anything, especially when you live in the city. That's what's up. Hell yeah. It's supposed to be in the 50s, 40s, and 50s next week, which is awesome. Hopefully, we're done with this bitter cold weather. I got here this morning, and it was like 8 o'clock, and it was probably, I think I seen it was like 17 degrees. I had to put hot hands in my gloves right away. It was crazy. But then as soon as the sun came out, it was warmed it up enough to the point where I didn't even need my gloves. Plus, if I had a whole fire behind my apartment, I'd have to buy firewood. There's nowhere to get wood around where I live. I go to the neighbor's yard and rip down some branches out of their tree. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Don't mind me, I'm just tearing down your tree. I need firewood. Got a new tarp that I'm using. It's It's not the bright blue tarps that I've been using. It's a heavy duty tarp. It's actually silver and brown. So this summer when I camp, I'm gonna keep the brown side on the outside of the shelter so it'll blend in a lot more than that bright blue tarps that I was using. One thing that sucks about it, it's a heavy duty tarp. It is heavy. Like trying to string it up was almost a pain in the ass because it was hard to hit, just hang everything up. The grommets are cool in the corners. They're like reinforced, so they're not going to pull off. But it's just a heavy tarp. I'm hoping I'll be able to manage using it. I mean, it's better off than using the cheap ones, but it's just the weight of it. I got to carry it in my backpack. So we'll see when I fold this up how much of a pain in the ass it is. My other tarp I left the last time I went camping, I didn't walk over and see if it was still there, but if it is, I guarantee it's completely destroyed from all the snow we got. It was barely hanging up when I left. It was so cold I couldn't feel my fingers. I still can't feel my pinky finger on my left hand. I finally got my feeling back in my right hand. But yeah, man, that cold, you gotta watch your hands and shit, your feet, and you're out here in this cold weather because you can really get hurt. I got frostbite when I was a kid, so as soon as my hands start getting cold, it's just feels like pins and like needles. Yeah, I went camping last year. I think the coldest was 18 degrees. It's sitting by a fire, but this last time I was out here, it was in the single digits. Oh man, it was just not fun. The smoke was in my face so bad that it fucked up my eyes. I mean, I went home and everything was blurry. I couldn't see right for almost a day. It was just not fun. It was so I realized like it's I like doing this as a luxury to get away and have fun. But man, when you're fighting the elements and just trying to survive, it's the fun factor kind of goes out the window. So I'm looking forward to the spring and the summer. I'm just kind of bummed out. I went to scope out a new location, and when I went out there, there was like a third of the woods they had knocked down. It was an active construction site now, and they were putting up apartments. And I was like, oh shit, I can't go in them woods now because I would have had to cross the construction site, and it was an active construction site. Everybody had green vests on. And if I would have walked through there, they would have probably come over and told me I can't. They're gonna call the cops or some shit. So I decided not to go scope that spot out. But I realized that I'm kind of lucky of having somewhere like this that I can go to that I don't like really know who owns the property, but at least I have somewhere like this I can get away. You know, I don't have to pay for camping or anything like that. What's up, Dixie? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it was a nice day to come out. Nice and sunny all day long. Perfect day for camping. Well, I guess not perfect day for camping, just compared to what we've had. I'm just done with the freezing cold temperatures. Done. Yeah, it was just I came out that way a bunch of times, and every time I went out there, I kept looking at these woods like, man, I bet I can go in there and camp. It's just like when I couldn't believe when I came back, I started seeing there was all these trucks and shit, and I'm like, man, it's pretty busy back here. And the bus driver was like, you getting off here? And I'm like looking around like, no, I'm not getting off here. I'll just go back. And that's why I came over here to see how deep the snow was, and it was like almost a foot and a half. Too hard to walk through even without gear. So I was like, nope, I'll have to wait till the snow melts and we hit them 50-degree temperatures. So now we're back down to maybe a few inches of snow, maybe 3 or 4 inches of snow back here I've had to walk through. Oh, it's cold. I'm not cold because of the fire I got going, and I got my sleeping bag on my chair, and I don't think I feel cold anywhere on my body. Nice little fire. It's nothing too big. Oh, should have enough wood for the night. I hope so, because I don't feel like going out in the middle of the night and getting firewood. Where do you live at, Kevin? Like, where do you like locally hang out as far as your camping? Shit, my apartment's so warm that when I go there, I can't sit there. I gotta sit there with boxers, or I gotta sit with my shorts on. I can't even sit in my apartment with my a shirt on. It's so fucking hot. I always got my window open and shit just to keep it like a normal temperature so I can sleep. I'm sandwiched in between the bottom apartment and the top apartment, so the heat rises from the bottom plus my heat, and so I don't have to worry too much about the heat, and plus, my landlord pays the heating bill, which is nice. You got like a lot of land or a couple acres or something you camp on? I can't remember how big an acre is. I don't even know how many acres it is back here where I'm at. I just thought this place was a lot bigger. What was weird is when I first started coming back here back in it was probably 2009 is when I first started coming back here and hanging out. I didn't camp back here. I just got away from my sister and I'd come back here, went up to hear her and my nephew yelling at each other. So it was just a nice place to get away to. So like acre wise, I don't know how many acres it is where I'm at, but probably at least 5 or 6 acres, I would think. Probably at least 5 or 6 acres. I lived on 88 acres when I was a kid, and that was pretty big. So I'd probably maybe have 5 or 6 acres back here. And then there's like this woods I'm camping here. If I go down back further in the woods to the back of the woods, there's a creek, and I can cross that. And then there's a marshy area, which I can go back there, which is a swampy area. There's not a lot of firewood back in that spot. So I like camping back there, but I almost got stranded one time when it was raining all night long. And when I went to get up to leave, there was like 4 inches of water behind my shoulder, and it was like flowing like it had a current. I started freaking out. I'm like, put my river shoes on, grabbed all my gear, and I walked to where the creek was, and it was like, oh my god, the creek had where it came up about a foot high, and it was just, I was scared as hell. I threw all my gear across the creek and ended up walking through the water using a stick to try to brace myself and got across that water. So there's drawbacks to camping over there. And then there's another whole section of woods that I camped at last year, and but I haven't. Well, I camped back there up until July. And then after July, 4th of July, I started hanging out back here in these woods. That shelter I had, the homeless encampment people that were there that took all the shit that was there, just makes you feel kind of funny when you've got a spot that you kind of call your own, and then before you know it, somebody's either stops in. You can tell they've been going through your shit. It's like, hey, I can't stand thieves. But I mean, if you're homeless, like they took my broken chair. I mean, if you needed a broken chair that bad or a chair that bad, then I don't have a problem with you taking it. I don't mind helping out a homeless person at all. Shit, I got here today and I'm getting ready to walk into the woods, and there's a honk on the horn, and I hear another one and another one. I'm like walking behind the pizza joint, going. I don't usually go in that way. I usually go behind Save a Lot, but the snow was still too high where they plowed it, so I went. Well, at least you got a spot to get away to and hang out. That's all that matters. I enjoy the stealth camping and shit, but to have your own spot is nice. I want to invest this summer in a hammock. Now I bought one last year. It was only like $25 or $35. So it was real cheap, and it hung up. It seemed like it was gonna be heavy duty, but the problem with is like when I got in it, I jacked my arms up like this, and I couldn't put my arms on the outside of the hammock to like kind of release some pressure on my shoulders, but it had my shoulders like a big taco. I was in there. I completely disappeared, and I thought it was gonna be perfect. And I laid that my back on it, and after my shoulders got all messed up, I realized I can't use it. But then there's flat bottom hammocks, and that's what I want to try to get because I sleep on my back usually in my chair. So to sleep in a hammock, it's got like a flat bottom. You're naturally kind of like sitting in the same position as I'd sleep in. So yeah, I'd probably be able to sleep all right. Put up my, put up my hammock and then put up the tarp over top of it, and then you'll be good to go. All my peoples, they disappeared. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. I'm talking to myself, yay! It's all good. Sometimes I can start my lives and there's like 15, 20 people in here, and it's like if I'm not doing crazy dumb shit, nobody sits around and watches my channel. So it's like I refuse to sell myself out and act like a fool just to try to get views and subscribers and shit. I always keep it real. I don't ever put on a front. I don't beg for money. I don't ask for people to help me out and shit. Usually 90% of the time in my life I've had to figure things out on my own. I can't wait to eat my supper. BLTs. Yeah, so there's a guy I watch on YouTube. Well, I had been watching for a while. He got me. He's the one that kind of motivated me to do this kind of shit. And the guy has had some bad luck. His wife passed away. That's sad. I mean, he woke up and she was just laying there next to him dead. Freezing cold. He went to roll over and give her a kiss and realized she was freezing cold. Her lips were blue. And it's like, oh my God, to wake up to your wife being dead, that would be terrible. He took some time off for that. And you could tell he came back. It was like real, like probably within a day or two of after it happened. He did a little bit of a video and told everybody what was going on. He'd be back in a while. And he kind of pulled through that. It took a month or two or three, and then finally he started, posting videos again. He got a buddy of his, called Crazy Neighbor, and he was in a lot of his videos. They'd go out these places and go to old caves and mines that were shut off, and I mean, you go to these, weird locations and shit. That was really cool. And then his best friend died, so like his life was turned upside down, and he stopped putting out all the content. Well, then he started again, but it was so sparse, and the videos were nothing like what they used to be. And then he did a video or left a message today stating that he has camped everywhere that he can think of to camp. He doesn't want to revisit old spots because it feels like he's just making a video because he has to. So he decided to stop doing the camping thing. It's like that's messed up. Like, am I gonna hit a spot where I just decide that I don't want to camp anymore? Oh shit, I'm gonna stop this live and start another one. We'll see if we can get some more people in here to watch.